Welcome everyone to my annual gift to my people and to my new friends, some who have not been with me before, helping you to create Christmas magic with Feng Shui. I do this every year because I love giving back. I'm a Feng Shui consultant, and one of my passions is sharing my knowledge of Feng Shui with people who are receptive and open-minded to hopefully make a difference in the energy of their lives, both their inner energy and their outer energy. This particular session, I have many, is about Christmas decor. Now, when we think about preparing for Christmas, I believe in most of our different countries, we have rituals or traditions or things that we do to help create a particular feeling at Christmas time. Some people call it the holidays, but there's things that we do in our homes, whatever country you're in, if you follow the celebration of Christmas. And I'd like to ask you to write in the chat, what do you do to celebrate Christmas? What do you do in your home to honor that or change the energy of your home for the Christmas season? Write it in the chat. Whenever we do something in our homes to change the way it feels, we are doing what I call changing the chi, we're changing the energy. Whether you're decorating for Christmas, for Valentine's Day, for Thanksgiving, for birthday parties, for a wedding, whenever you decide to change the feeling in your home by dressing it up a little bit, you are changing the chi. My approach to Feng Shui is that it's all about the chi. It's all about the chi. And I'm sure everybody here understands and knows what I mean by chi, because I recognize most of you and you have that understanding. Anybody here not sure what chi is, just put it in the chat or say something, because I love participation and I will explain it for you in brief form. Oh, lovely. I didn't realize Penny was joining us. So some people have said they put up the Christmas tree. That's Roma. Candles and fairy lights, Christmas decor, Manuela. Racina says a lot of candela. Soft lighting. Decorating. What's that?
Candles. Yeah, it was my corrector, the candela.
Candela sounds like candles to me. Yeah.
Nice.
Soft lights, decorations with branches. So we all have something that we do to create that Christmas feeling. And whenever you do that, whatever it is you do, what you really don't, maybe most people don't realize, is that by doing that, you are actually doing Feng Shui. You are doing Feng Shui yourself. You may not have called it Feng Shui. You may not realize you're doing that, but anytime you do something consciously to change the energy of your space, you are doing Feng Shui. You just may not be clear on exactly how you're doing that. And today, perhaps you get some more clarity by hanging with me. So what I'd like to show you then is a new way of looking at your Christmas decorating. You already have your personal style. You already have your decorations. You already have the things that you wish to celebrate. I'm going to try to integrate now some new ways of looking at the things that you have and the things that you do to elevate and enhance what you're doing. That's my purpose today, because really it's all about the energy. Now, if we're going to do Feng Shui stuff, we always start with a little ritual. I call it clean, clear, bless. I know at Christmas time, we all run around cleaning our houses, so that's not a problem. But cleaning the space before you do any conscious or intentional changes, important. Clearing, well, what's clearing? It's not the same as cleaning. Clearing involves opening up the spaces that might have stagnant or dead or stuck energy and letting them get a little air out. It may be as simple as, if you're living in a place where the windows are closed all the time, as opening the windows. I know, it's Christina and Pauline. Opening the windows and letting the breeze flow through, letting the sun shine in. In the Caribbean, we tend to have that happening anyway, but a lot of people actually live in condos and apartments with the windows closed and the aircon on. This is a time before you're doing your Christmas decor to open the windows, let the sun come in, let the breeze come in, let the chi shift. And there are also rituals or procedures that most of us know about for clearing space, whether it be burning incense, just smudging with sage, spritzing with essential oils or aromas that you love, orange peel. There's lots of things that you can do to clear your space, but do it as a conscious preparation for your Feng Shui magic. And the third thing we do to prepare space Feng Shui-wise is to bless it in whatever way matters to you, whatever way is meaningful to you, say a prayer and put in your intention of making this into a peaceful, harmonious, and beautiful Christmas season instead of a crazy madcap, busy, overpressuring season. Bless it. And then we start. Now, let's say you have done that. You've cleaned, cleared, and blessed the space, and now we make space. Remember, for Christmas time, you're going to probably be adding things to your decor. And so if you have already cluttered space, you might be ending up with a feeling of really, packed in. Anything that counts as clutter, this is a really good season to start addressing it. I know clutter can be a very hard thing to address. So Feng Shui people don't say, go and clear your clutter first. You say every day between now and Christmas, choose one corner of your space and see if there's clutter there and deal with that. So you never feel overwhelmed by the clutter clearing. And even if you took one item out that is actually clutter every day from now till Christmas, you would be amazed at how different your space feels. Remember that clutter represents stuck energy. Stuck energy in your space can't be good if you're trying to bring in a whole new Christmas spirit and a whole new feeling. So give yourself a gentle but a consistent plan to address the things that you know are clutter in your space. Now, parallel with that, because that's going to continue, take a look around. And what do you see? If you were looking at your house with new eyes, are there things that are really tired and worn and sad that don't lift you up? In fact, they bring you down, that you have been holding on to, and you think you might maybe stick that or patch that sometime soon, and it's been 3 years? If so, remove it, give it away, put it away, whatever has to be done, but remove it or repair it if it can be repaired in the time you have, so that you aren't affected by the energy of that item or those items. Remember, all the objects in your space have energy of their own, and they're affecting your energy. That's what Feng Shui is about. So if you know that there are things there that really could be put away or given away or thrown away, I tend to throw away as a last resort, then please do. Create new space to put the good energy in for your Christmas season. Oh, and as for the things that pull you down, please remove them. What about the picture of that old boyfriend? What about the sad memories that you've been carrying for years and looking at every Christmas, and they make you feel really gloomy and blue? If you can't throw them away, just put them away. Put them in a place where they won't be affecting your chi every day over the season. It's time now to bring in some sparkly, uplifting, and vibrant chi. Make space for it. Don't hold on to the things that make you feel bad, if there are any such things in your space. So, is your space prepped? Are you ready to do some Feng Shui magic to change the energy of your home from its beautiful, normal, everyday energy to the even more beautiful, sparkly, vibrant, chi-filled Christmas energy? If so, I know you're going to do a wonderful job with or without me, but I'd like you to do it this year with intention, with conscious intention, knowing the energetic elements that you're actually using every day. So that's why I'm going to introduce you now to hold on. Yeah. I'm going to introduce you to the Feng Shui elements shortly. Remember this. When you approaching your house, when anybody's approaching your house, first impressions count. From your driveway or your entranceway, the approach, the walkway to your house, the corridor that leads to your apartment, the way people feel coming towards you affects how they feel when they're inside as well. First impressions count. So I'd like you to look at the door on the left. What's the message of this door? What's the message, the energetic message? Anybody want to share? Please don't come. That's what Carol says. Anybody else?
Just closed off.
Closed off. Beg me and I might let you inside. It's not welcoming at all. Go away. In fact, in Caribbean, we have a little thing about putting the broom by the door when you want unwanted visitors to go away. So that's why I got that little image, okay? And what about when you open the door and when you look inside, does it feel the same way? How about the image on the right? What's the message there? How does that make you feel? Doesn't have
extremely opposite.
The extremely opposite. Thank you, Greg. Doesn't have to be your style, but it makes you have a warm pull towards that door, doesn't it?
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, first impressions count. That person on the right has created a message of welcome. Big, big, big welcome. Bigger than I might choose myself. And the person on the left has chosen a message of stay away, please. Thank you very much. I'm not doing Christmas this year. And what about when you go inside? What's the message that this house or this room gives you? Chime in.
Sparkly. It's nice.
Sparkly, Lisa says. I see Wendy wanted to say something. What are you thinking, Wendy? Nobody?
Whilst Wendy is preparing to say something, I'll just say it's very attractive.
Yes.
And very inviting.
Attractive, inviting. Again, like that other front door, which is a different house. It pulls you in and makes you want to come in and look around that bunch of lights to see what's there. It is bringing you in. It's engaging you. It's an energetic pull, and it's done by creating a particular ambiance. All right?
Yep.
So I ask you, when people are approaching your door and when people coming up from your entranceway, your driveway, your walkway to your door, what's the message you want? What's the message you want to give them? And how do you normally give it to them? When they open your front door, what's the message you want to give them? And how do you normally give it to them? In other words, I want you to think about the feelings you want to create this Christmas. Not just, oh, Christmas, put up the decor. Christmas, put up all the lights we can. Put up all the... No. I want you to actually consciously think, what message do I want to give this Christmas? And we're going to jump into the messages shortly, because that's how you want to feel when you come home. And that's how you want people to feel when they come to your home. And that's how you want your family to feel, the emotions you want to evoke. You're actually the conductor of how they feel when they come up to your door and when they come into your space. You have that power. And in order to do that Feng Shui style, I want to give you an introduction to the tools that we use to do that. So people who have come to my trainings before are very, very familiar with the 5 elements. The 5 elements of Feng Shui are the pillars, one of the main pillars of Feng Shui practitioners all over the world. They are different from the 5 elements you'll find in Ayurveda and other bits of Chinese metaphysics, but they are very, very, very core to the practice of Feng Shui, no matter what school of Feng Shui you're practicing. And by the way, folks, there are many types of Feng Shui. There's classical, there's contemporary, and they are different, but the goal of all Feng Shui is the same: to change the qi, to enhance your life and the life of all living things by changing both the inside and the outside energetics. It's just a matter of the actual methodology that's used that's different. Okay, so I'm going to check the chat briefly and see what people are asking. Makes me feel like I want to be there. Thank you very much, folks, for saying those things. Okay, coming back to you. So the 5 elements of Feng Shui. The 5 elements of Feng Shui, for those of you who are new to my stuff, are fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. Now, each of the 5 elements brings a certain energy to our home. They give a certain message to everything. They have a message of their own. They have certain energy and they'll bring it for Christmas. We're going to learn how to use that today. Each element comes in the yang form, which is the big, strong, powerful version, and the yin form, which is the smaller, quieter, calmer version, and in between as well. And they can be represented on an earthly plane by themselves. Fire can be represented by fire, or by items that represent them symbolically, and also by shapes and colors and textures. So that's how we integrate them into home decor. So I would like to share with you a little bit about each of the elements one by one, so you can see how you can apply it to your Christmas and why. First element, fire. Fire has an energy, brings the energy of purification, light, hope, faith, passion, and love. Fire, if you're looking at yang fire, it's a big bonfire. raging fire. And if you're looking for yin fire, that little gentle candle that you love to have in the bathroom, yin fire. Best friend of fire is wood. Now, I'm mentioning the best friend of each of them because you're going to hear about the best friends later. So just be aware that each of them has a best friend. How do we represent fire in our homes at Christmas? Well, anything that's lighting. So the Christmas tree lights, the spotlight, the overhead light, the candle, anything that's pointy, the Christmas tree. Hey, folks who drink sorrel, sorrel is a fire element. Pointy shapes of any kind, triangular pointy shapes. And anything that has red coloring, it's not just reds, red pinks, red purples, red oranges. Those are all fires, ways of representing fire in Feng Shui. So already you can see that a Christmas tree with that very strong pointy shape and all those beautiful bright lights that we love to put on them is a very strong what element?
Fire.
Fire.
Element. And what's the message that the fire element gives to your home?
Light.
Yes?
Yes.
Light and warmth.
Hope.
Love.
Love.
Yes.
And passion.
Yes. And faith and all kinds of good stuff. Okay? So we are already expressing that message every Christmas whenever you put up the Christmas tree. You just didn't know it. The next element we're going to talk about is earth. Now, earth brings the energy of harmony and grounding. It is considered nurturing, trustworthy, and earth is that feeling of home that we all run to be at home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. I want to go home for Christmas. The families coming home. That is a very earth energy. So earth is the yang form of earth, is like Mother Earth is a big version of yang earth. And the yin form of earth could be grains of sand. And the best friend of earth is fire. Now, the best friends can be remembered later by this. The best friend of fire is wood, because if you want to make a fire big, you put more wood. The best friend of earth is fire, because if you burn a fire and it makes ash and you throw the ash in your soil, it makes the soil a little bit more rich. So you can think that they have this kind of helpful relationship with their best friend. Now, how do we express earth at Christmas time in our homes? Well, you can express any element by the element itself. So anytime you put earth and you go dig in your garden or you fluff up the soil in your pots, you are playing with the element of earth. Earth, soil, sand. Anything that comes from the earth, rocks, stones, and some of the crystals have different energies, but many crystals have a strong earth energy. Anything made from earth, so ceramics, pottery, tiles. Earth is also represented by low rectangular shapes, like your coffee table, perhaps. Earth colors are usually the browns, the beiges, the neutral tones, what people consider earth tones, the gentler tones, and aromas, earth aromas. You can do aromatherapy. There are essential oils that have earth essences. I think vetiver is one of them. I think frankincense. And anything to do with cooking brings earth energy into your home. So already in your Christmas preps, especially the week you're doing the baking of those things, those hams and cookies and things, you are adding the earth energy to your home. Again, you didn't know it. So if you wanted to add extra earth energy to your home when people were coming over, make sure the ham's in the oven when they're coming over. You're adding that feeling of welcome home to them. It's the earth energy. Now let's talk about the next element, which is metal. The energy of metal is one of celebration, gratitude, and joy. It is acknowledged to express heaven and spiritual awareness using metal and add a touch of elegance and luxury. Yang metal, well, metal is generally more yang than yin, but there are occasional occasions of yin metal. The best friend of metal is earth. Why? Because where do we find metal? It's dug out of earth. Earth is its mother. So that's how you make the connection. How do we express metal in our Christmas decor? Everywhere. Everywhere. Anything that's metallic, anything that's metal. And boy, those little Christmas balls tend to be metal, unless they're ceramic, in which case they're earth, right? Metal is everywhere. You love the shiny doodads for Christmas, the shiny wrapping paper, the little round balls. metal or metallic. Now, some crystals are very metallic, so be aware you can also use crystals to up your metal game. And the shapes of circles, ovals, and arches represent the element of metal. Colors for metal, gold, silver, copper, bronze, all the metallic colors, also whites, grays, and pastels. It's almost impossible not to express your metal at Christmas, the way we celebrate. Okay, let's add some water now. Water is where the wisdom and the flow and the harmony and the feeling of wealth and peace and abundance comes in. That's the energy of water. Yang water is a big surf wave or a tidal wave, and yin water is maybe a drop of rain. And water, the best friend of water, is metal. Now that's a little obscure, the connection, but I guess you think of when, if metal gets cold, you put the stainless steel bottle in the fridge and you take it out, it sweats. Metal can give rise to condensation of water. That's the only way to do that connection. It's not as easy a connection as the others to remember. How do we represent water in our Christmas decor? Well, anything that's water, and therefore any water features. Mirrors and clear crystal, anything that's clear or highly reflective, such as these plates. Glassware, asymmetrical wavy shapes like the little ribbon at the top and the top insert. That is a metal color ribbon, but it has a water shape. So you have the two elements in it, the wavy. And the colors of midnight blues and blacks and very, very dark grays are considered ways of representing water. So on this table layout, I'd like you to tell me the ways in which you see the water element. Toss it in. Let me hear you.
The plate.
Tell me. Because
the color.
Okay.
The black.
Also
the glass.
Very shiny. The glass. Why the glass? Because it's
glassware.
Clear.
Glassware and highly reflective and clear. Yes. Keep going.
The wavy shapes on the top with the gold ribbon.
Yes, that's the gold ribbon is a metal colored ribbon in a water shape, correct? Yeah. Okay. So you guys have the idea. Even the silverware, which is metal, if it's highly reflective and shiny, it can add a touch of water to your decor. Okay, let's toss one more in. The last element is wood. I have to tell you, I love all the elements, but wood is one of my favorites. The reason is because I think the reason is because I am archetypically a fire person, a fire energy, and wood is my best friend. It lights me up. It gives me vitality and life and growth, and it feeds me. So I'm very drawn to wood. The energy of wood, as I said, is new life, growth, vitality. It's the living energy that you see in nature. Yang wood, we'd say a huge big tree is a yang expression of yang wood, and a little blade of grass or flower would be a lovely expression of yin wood. And the best friend of wood, what makes your plants grow really well? What do?
Water.
Water. The best friend of wood is water. Excellent. How do we represent wood in our Christmas decor? Well, of course, anytime you use plants, flowers, or trees. Now, when I say trees, I mean real trees, live trees, trees that are nature. Your Christmas tree is not necessarily a wood element unless it's a green one, because one of the colors of wood is deep greens and blues of nature. If your Christmas tree is a white Christmas tree, it is not a wood element. Okay, where does white fit in? What element did white fall under? Anybody remember? It fell under metal.
Metal.
White is water.
White is metal, actually, Greg.
Or metal. Oops.
Yeah, but I think water is actually the dark colors, like the black and the midnight blues and the dark.
I was thinking crystal clear.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny about that. The crystal clear versus the actual colors. So
right.
Anytime you add plants or flowers to your Christmas decor, you are adding wood. If you add a green Christmas tree, you're adding wood. The shape of wood tends to be like tree trunks or bamboo. So you're looking for the taller rectangles or columns or stripes. So stripes on your Christmas cushions are adding the wood energy. The dark greens and blues of nature, you add wood by adding essential oils and woody aromas. I mean, how many of us like to burn incense and sprinkle essential oils or spritz it? you know, a little bit of orange pine, that's the wood element. Lemongrass, wood element, rose oil, sandalwood, they are all adding the element of wood. It's so easy to do. Okay, so we have the wood element added in. We have gone through all 5 of the elements, and each of them has an energy of its own that has a message of its own, brings a certain power to your home. What do you want to express in your home this Christmas? Which message, which energy do you want to create or support or enhance in your home? Let me hear you.
Well, can't we do all?
Yeah.
You can indeed do all. Who wants to do
Yes.
all? Everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to do all.
Well, I suspect that in your own way, you have been doing all this time, but you didn't realize it. Okay. And this time, I'd like you to understand what you're doing and choose things strategically and express all. Anybody only want to do 1 or 2? Because then your themes would be a little bit different. Anybody want to do just 1 or 2? Just please feel free to chip in. Or everybody wants to do all.
Mhm.
Well, I'm
Yep.
thinking maybe I will balance it.
Yes.
Maybe less earth. I'm thinking less earth, but certainly lots of water, lots of wood, lots of fire because of all the lights and metals, particularly because of those glitzy ornaments. But I'm not seeing the earth maybe as a major. So it's there, but maybe not major.
Okay. Now, many people, we automatically do wood, fire, and metal for Christmas because we have all the reds, the greens, and then all the silvery things. So wood, fire, and metal tend to be typical. What I want you to be aware of now is what the message is that you're giving. You're giving, you know, love and faith and hope and passion, and you're giving joy and gratitude, and you're talking vitality for those 3. But the other ones actually very, very needed at Christmas time, because the trend is for Christmas to become so stressful and frenetic that the energy of earth needs to be supported in many homes, especially for the person who is the home anchor. And so if Greg, if not for yourself, think of the person that is really in charge of most of the Christmas activity, and give them support by increasing the element of earth. Yeah?
Okay.
And wisdom, abundance, and peace. I think we all need a little bit of it, especially at this time. So
I got you.
don't
Yes.
blame you for wanting to put all, but earth isn't so pretty, but it is so essential. And remember, you don't have to think of, okay, I'm going to make everything brown and beige, but you can say, I'm going to use the earth aromas. I'm going to get more things in ceramic that are really beautiful, maybe have a Christmas decor, and shore up the energy of earth, because that grounding is important. Yeah? Okay. Now, there's one thing.
Can I ask a question?
Always, I love
Okay, hi Wendy, this is Kathy, and so I really want to have a message, like you said, of a warm, comforting, cozy place.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how these come together with that. Not just at Christmas, that's the message I want.
Yes, and Kathy, and we must talk later, but warm, comforting, and cozy, most times you're looking at earth, but earth in itself would make it feel a little bit not lively enough. So you'd want to perk it up with other things, but you'd want to have a strong earth feeling. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, but you must perk it up. Too much earth will make it hard for you to move. And I know you to be a woman of movement. Okay. So perhaps you would add earth with fire because they're best friends, or with some metal for joy and the spiritual connection. The metal brings the energy of heaven and spiritualness, and Kathy, and that would work well with your books and stuff. So but you wouldn't just do earth. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so folks, most people want to do Christmas big, bold, and bright, and they usually end up with all these things going on without understanding it. I want you to just understand it and choose what you buoy up and what you tamp down this year, or if you buoy up everything. But before we do that, before you mix everything up and mix them up, know that some of the elements on this page don't really get along. They are best friends. Yes, we talked about those, but some of them don't get along. If, for instance, you were to pour a bucket of water on your Christmas fire, what happens?
Puts it out.
The element of water and fire are in direct opposition and conflict. And in fact, each of those elements has one that they fight with. Okay, everyone. So I would say, try not to put them together consciously or buffer them, which we'll talk about shortly. All right. So let me just remind you of the friendship relationships. Maybe take a picture of the screen. Okay. Fire loves wood. Wood loves water. Fire loves wood. Earth loves fire because fire, ashes make more earth. Metal loves earth because metal is found in Mother Earth. It comes out of it. And water loves metal, the only outsider, but I get it. Water loves metal. Those are the relationships that are supportive. They call them the productive relationships. Those are the ones you would like to put together. But unfortunately, those are not the ones we want to put together at Christmas. We want everything. And when we do, we're inevitably going to have some clashes. So as I said, if you put water really close to your fire elements, you're going to end up with an energetic clash, which may not bother you in the past, but after our little talk today, it might bother you. So I'm going to show you some ways to buffer that and to make what seems to be a clash into a friendship by creating elemental harmonies. Again, some people who've been to my trainings before know all about these things, but let's do them again. What are you seeing here? What elements do you see here? Greg, hit me.
Water,
Mm-hmm.
fire because of the red rose,
Yes.
maybe the points of the leaves, fire as well.
Mm-hmm.
The dark green, I guess the leafy parts suggest wood.
Okay. And what is
The vase, sorry?
The vase, let's hear the vase, yes.
Yes, so the vase is shiny, yeah, so I'll say metal for that.
Okay, the vase is actually water because it's clear glass.
Okay, all right.
Yes. But you're almost
Okay.
there, you're almost there. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the relationship between the vase and the water and the roses?
Well, there is water, there is wood, there is fire,
What's the relationship?
and there's earth.
Where are you seeing the earth?
Well, the green, the leaves and stuff.
Green leaves.
The leaves and stuff are all wood. Yeah?
Wood. Sorry, my mistake.
No worries, you're doing great. So anybody want to tell me what the elemental relationship is in this vase of flowers, which could be something you have on your coffee table?
They're all best friends. They three elements, they complement each other.
Roma, you've been to one of my trainings. Tell the truth.
I've been to many of your trainings.
So folks, for the people who have not been, thank you so much, Roma. It means she remembers too, which is great. It's exactly that. If we just had the red roses in the vase of water, we'd be doing an elemental clash, water and fire. But because of the green stems, the green leaves, all the greenery, which is a wood element, which is the best friend.
It balances it.
It more than balances it. The water feeds and supports its best friend, which is wood. And the wood feeds and supports its best friend, which is fire. And so the beneficiary of all this energetic flow is the fire of the red roses. And the message of those red roses is typically
love.
So you have just made a very powerful love statement. And for your Christmas decor, very powerful passion, love, faith, purification statement. But you did it.
But when it's also on a brown table, so that still brings in the earth, right?
It would bring in the earth if you wish to. I didn't, you can say that. But the earth doesn't necessarily connect with the bottom level of the energetic flow there. You would need to have metal between that and the table to make it a 5-element harmony, which is the next slide. But very well spotted. So let's play Greg's game. If we have this is what we call a 3-element harmony. And folks, you can do this to bridge the gaps between any of the elements that you wish to use who are fighting with each other. Yeah, Sue has got a question. Hold on, Sue, go ahead.
Yeah, so if you'd taken out all the green leaves,
yes,
would that be antagonistic, the fire and the water?
An energetic clash. And
okay.
Even though some
But you still have the green stems, right?
Yes, you do, but it wouldn't be as strong because look how much you have water and glass vase. Remember, we're looking at Feng Shui's balance and harmony too. The water and the glass vase is pretty powerful water. Those roses are very powerful fire. Just the stems, if you visualize them, Sue, would not be strong enough. And now, having done this session with me, you will see when things are not balanced, and you will see when something is missing. Because many
Okay.
people will just take, long stem red roses, no leaves at all, and put them in a tall, skinny glass crystal vase with water. And it's expensive roses, but it's not looking as good as it could. It doesn't feel as good as it could because you're missing the connecting element. Be sensitive to the energy. Now, let us play Greg's game. We have a wood table, which is not wood anymore because it's dead, but it's brown. So it's the element, the color of earth, okay? And we want to say, well, how do we connect that to the water? The metal element is missing. The metal element is the one that connects the earth to the water in what we call the 5-element flow. How could we add a little touch of metal to this picture, to this vase, this setup, that will then allow us to include the table and make it into 5-element harmony, which is the most powerful, energetic setup you can do? Anybody want to suggest adding something? Tell me. Wendy.
Gold bow?
What bow?
A gold bow or gold
A metallic.
Perfect.
A metallic ribbon and bow.
or silver?
Yes,
Um,
metallic color. Perfect.
Sorry.
Perfect. She's been to my courses too. Perfect, Wendy. Okay. Or you could put gold coins in the bottom of the vase because maybe that's where you want to connect it to the wood down element below. Yeah. Or you could put it on a little metal platter so that it's between the water and the earth. So then you have from the earth flowing through the metal to the water, to the wood, to the fire. You guys are way ahead of the game. Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
Interesting. Yeah.
And it would feel even better. All right. So let us take it that one step further. And I must tell you that setup, that 5-element setup here is really delightful. Creating a 5-element harmony is when you do consider all the elements flowing into each other as we just did. It is something to keep in mind, but not obsess about. Doing it for your major items, such as your Christmas tree, if you make a crash, your front door, your approach, your table piece, if you're having a big Christmas sit-down dinner or lunch, all right, your main wreath, you might want to consider putting the thought into the 5 elements flowing harmoniously into each other for one of those items or some of those items. And by doing so, you are celebrating, as you all wanted to, all the 5 energies, all the different energies. Yeah? But you're doing it in a harmonious way and not a battlefield way. That's the difference. Now, if you look at this picture that I have here, what do you see? What elements do you see? Call them out for me.
So I'm seeing earth because of the brown in the windows and the door. I'm seeing fire because of the red in the candy cane. I'm seeing wood because of the little spritz in front. I'm seeing water because of the white.
No, water is not white.
The snow?
That's not, no, we don't consider snow water yet.
Okay, all right.
Is that metal? Is that metal white?
Yes, it is metal, Lisa. Yep.
Yeah.
And the green branches?
Green branches is
wood.
Wood element. So we have fire, we have earth, and we have wood. What else we miss? What else we have?
There's a little black stone or something right behind the twig. And I guess it's black, so I would say that's metal.
No, what is black?
No.
It's black indeed, but what's black?
Water.
Water. Thank you, Wendy. Water. Now the stone itself could represent the earth energy. Go ahead. Yes. What's metal here? Anybody want to help him? What's metal?
Is metal the white, but is it also representing snow, which is water?
No, forget the snow hard.
Just water, just metal then.
White?
I have water outside and it's warm. You have snow outside. I don't consider that the same. But you're quite right technically. But it is
water.
Well, is it the window behind that looks kind of gray, silvery gray?
No, Lisa was right. The white is the metal element, and it's very, very powerful here. The water element is the black stone, which is also representing a little earth, and the little swirls around the candy cane. Those are also curves. Anytime you see curves,
right, that's water.
Yeah, and even the curve of the candy cane, and you see the red mark around the door, the front of the little house. anytime you use that is actually an arch, so it's actually the metal element, but you can also say that has a water feel. Now,
Okay.
this has all the 5 elements in it, and you will all have the 5 elements for your Christmas decor. But I ask you, is this a 5-element harmony? Does it feel balanced to you, or is there a dominant person?
I think the metal is the metal dominant, the white?
The white seems dominant because it's mainly white. If you look at it out of blue, I think you'll see more white than anything else.
So what do you feel is the dominant element here?
Metal.
What is the message of metal?
Gratitude, joy, spiritual.
Celebration.
All those things, but it's not what I call a 5-element harmony because they're not balanced. The metal is the dominant, and that is, if that is your desired message, then stay with that and have all the colors and all your shapes and everything. And your message is in this little centerpiece: gratitude, joy, optimism, and all those lovely things. It's a good message, but this is not a 5-element harmony because it's not balanced. You'd want to strengthen up the other elements to balance off that strong metal if you wanted it to feel a certain way. The 5-element harmony brings a certain feeling to your home. And you'll know it when you create it. You'll know it needs a little bit more earth. You know it needs a little bit more wood. You'll feel it. I'd like you to be sensitive to that, and you'll be amazed at the beautiful, energetically powerful pieces that you'll create in your home this year. Just because you've ticked all the boxes and put all the elements in doesn't mean it's balanced.
It has to be balanced, yeah.
No, if it's not balanced, it's because you consciously said, I'm happy with the message that is the dominant message, which is the metal.
The metal.
Right?
And one day I wanted to clarify that would be okay, right? Like if you did want to have
if it's your preference of that message.
Clearly, huge time.
Yeah.
If this is the message you want, and you may choose to have this message in a particular part of your home and have the message of fire, purification, faith, and love in another part of your home, or have your centerpiece table talk about earth and this corner talk about gratitude. You can choose that, but you at least know that you're doing it. But if you are doing something to pull together all the elements in a harmonious balance, this is not it. This, with the metal tying the wood together at the end, at the bottom, would be more it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can feel that. There would be no dominant element if you put the metal in. In this case, the dominant is the fire, but it is beautifully supported by water and wood. So nothing feels out of whack. But if you put the metal barrier or spacer between the glass and the table, you would also feel the same energy, but it would be complete. Okay? Guys, I want you to be sensitive and aware of how it feels, because you're going to add your own personal style to your Christmas decor. If something feels out of whack, check and say, well, okay, that's primarily wood. Is that what I want? The message of vitality and growth and life? Yes. Okay, I'll keep that. But if it's not, keep tweaking. All right? Keep tweaking. Okay?
Just one more question, Wendy. In this picture, right, where the metal is dominant. So just kind of picking up on the way in which the other elements are used. It seems as if the best friend is enhanced as well, but then the other elements that may not complement it as much is limited. So it's present, but
around. They were added on. And so either this person was not aware and they didn't come to one of my trainings, or they consciously wanted to power up metal, and that's it. Yeah?
Yeah.
But if I was trying to power up metal, so I doubt it. I mean, I doubt it because I know too much. If I wanted to power up metal, I wouldn't have put so much red, because when you have so much fire on metal, what does fire do to metal?
They fight.
It melts the metal. So I would not, if I wanted metal to be strong, I would not have added all that fire. Yeah?
Yep.
I think they were trying to make 5 elements, put them together because they didn't understand enough about the harmony part, but they didn't succeed in the harmony. They got the 5 elements together. You now know better.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move
on.
Anybody want to work on this some more? Or shall we move on? Moving on. So when you see this,
Wendy,
yes, Christine.
yeah, it's just that in that previous picture, even while you might see all of the elements, something just feels off.
Well,
for me, it feels unbalanced.
it is
So
unbalanced.
I'm seeing all the component parts, but I'm not, for me personally, it might be somebody else's, but for me, it doesn't feel like a harmonious whole.
Right, Christine. It is not. It's got all the elements, the 5 elements in it. Somebody read enough to do that, but they did not understand about the harmony. Okay? Quite right. And as I said, if I was going to support metal, I would not layer it with all that fire. I would put something else on it. Well said. Everybody understand so far? Any questions?
Yep.
Okay, moving on.
So I'm thinking, Wendy, one question.
Your slide.
Please, I'll try and make this real quick.
Yes.
Not to belabor the point too much. So let's assume that I really wanted white as my main color.
Yes.
For a particular part, and I wanted that little hut with the windows and everything.
Yes.
What can I do to balance it?
Okay. First of
so
all,
that it doesn't look so stark white, but I mean the white is still there.
I would suggest you take off the reds and put them down around it on the bottom somewhere, like the candy cane works. But I take the red off the roof and stuff. Maybe use earth things, because earth and metal are beautiful friends.
So the brown can replace the red easily on the roof and on the side of the doors and the corners of the house and so on. That would ease it up in terms of the amount of red.
Yes, and it would not feel as brilliant and pretty, but you can add red in other ways. But I would take the fire off the metal myself, because it just bothers me.
Off the metal. Okay, off the metal. Okay, I got you. Yes. It's fighting.
Yes, it's fighting. It just bothers me. I know too much is a problem.
And
if
gotcha.
If somebody gives you at Valentine's Day a Valentine's Day card that's all red and white, they're giving you something that says it's like this. But if they give you something with
Love it.
they're giving you something that is at odds, and that tends to be the colors of Valentine's Day, right? So I would look strategically for colors that actually support my message of love. And so if I was looking for Valentine's Day expression of love, I'd go back to something that expressed the elements in harmony. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
You're beginning to speak my language. I love it. Now, what message do you get from this front door wreath? What do you get? How does it feel? How does it feel to you?
It looks good to me.
Looking at it, just happy.
It's happy.
Yeah.
Well, how else does it feel, Kathy Ann?
Warm. Yeah, just celebratory. Yeah.
What is
It seems
Go ahead,
it
Carol.
seems warm and welcoming.
Yes. What is the element that just really hits you on the head here?
Fire.
Fire.
Yeah, lots of red, so fire.
So Greg, to answer your question, having one element that's dominant is actually what you may want. You want a feeling of fire is warm, passion, love, welcome, come on in. We have a very, we hold you to our hearts, that feeling at the door. All right. There's nothing wrong with choosing your message and choosing your element and making it big. And how have they supported that energy of fire? What have they done? What's the other element you see that's quite strong here?
Well, wood, the green is wood.
And what is the relationship?
Yeah, a little spritz of metal with the gold balls.
Correct. In fact, so what is the relationship between the wood and the fire? What do you do when you want to make a big fire, Kathy Ann?
They feed each other.
Yeah.
Wood feeds fire. They are supporting their message of fire with the green wreath. So it works beautifully. It works beautifully. And in fact, many of our Christmas decorations are red and green. We are doing great feng shui. Where we start bringing in a little problem is when we bring in all the metal or the little silver and gold balls. In this case, they brought in just a few gold balls, and the gold balls have a little touch of bronze to them. So even though they're metallic, they have a little earthy look. And fire and earth are also best friends. So it is not inconsistent. They don't clash. This decoration has no clashing feeling. It feels together.
Right.
It feels good. It feels good to everyone.
I
Yeah,
really like the balls. I feel without it, it would be missing something. It wouldn't sit
correct,
well with me.
correct,
Yeah,
Katyan.
as well.
But if
Yeah.
you had put silver balls, would it feel the same thing?
No, not silver. I don't know why, but no.
I can tell you why. Because silver balls would be clearly strongly metal. These balls have an earth touch to them, and that works with the wood and the fire. The next one is earth.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's so easy once you know how to make that feeling with nothing that feels when nothing is clashing, nothing is out of whack, nothing is out of sync.
Right.
You mentioned that you were a particular type. I don't know the word you use, but I'm curious.
Fire.
Does our style evolve from something that resonates with us? Because I feel green and wood and earth resonate with me.
Kathy, and there are many ways of checking on your personality type or your birthday type and all that. In Feng Shui, we have a few methods. It's if you there's other trainings that I have where I actually tell you what we find about you. Yes?
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so folks, everybody likes this one. I love it. I love it too. Not sure that everybody would want to have a red front door, but perhaps you do have a red front door already. Okay, not necessarily you're going to paint your front door red for Christmas, but it works really well with this wreath, this arrangement.
Wendy?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you did want to, this is just a recommendation because I've done it for companies that I've worked for. If you want to temporarily have that feeling of the bold reds and stuff, you can literally take gift paper and wrap your door.
So thank you, Christine.
Oh, okay.
And you have done it. Okay.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah.
Thank you very
I
much.
like that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Christine. Okay, so folks, we've done this is a front door. You understand what we're aiming at. Now let's talk about that Christmas tree of yours, because most people do some version of a Christmas tree. Now, a traditional Christmas tree is the triangular shape. Not always, because in the Caribbean, sometimes people use branches of other trees. But let's stick with the traditional, triangular shape, Christmas tree shape. What is that element? The triangular shape?
Triangle.
Fire. Okay.
Fire.
And when we add lights, what are we adding?
Fire.
More fire.
Fire again.
A Christmas tree is a really strong fire symbol. And if you have a green Christmas tree, whether it be natural green Christmas tree or green artificial Christmas tree, what element are you having there?
Wood.
Wood. What does wood do to fire?
Support.
Feed it.
Eats it.
So if you have your wood, your green Christmas tree and your pointy shaped Christmas tree and your lots of fairy lights, you have a very strong what element symbol?
Fire.
And what is the message of fire?
Passion, love.
Faith, purification, warmth, as Kathy Ann said so nicely. Okay, and that's beautiful. And then we go and we put all kinds of other decorations on the tree. And that's where I'd like you to be aware. All right, so you already have a strong fire symbol. What are you going to put on it? How do you want it to feel? What message do you want? Are you seeking to have a 2-theme tree, a 3-theme tree, a 5-element tree? What are you seeking to have your tree say? Let's take a look at the tree on the left. What do you see there elementally?
Fire.
Fire. That's it.
And the white is metal, right?
Yep. Fire and metal. What's the relationship?
It's combative.
Yeah.
Combative. How does that tree make you feel?
My stomach starts to churn.
Christine, you know too much.
It's a bit of a clash.
It's a bit of a clash. So
it's uneasy to be around.
If you had not come to me today, would you have felt that, or would you have thought, oh, magazine tree?
I think possibly you would, in your gut, you would feel it, but you wouldn't know how to describe it. You'd say, I just don't feel it, but then you didn't know why. But now that you're learning why it makes me feel uneasy. Exactly, Greg. So true.
So know that magazine tree, which you might see in a store or in a restaurant, is not necessarily what you want in your home because the message is combative. Yeah?
Yeah.
Take a look at the tree on the right. What is the element that you see there?
Fire and metal.
Fire is the shape, metal is the decor.
Right.
What's the dominant element?
Metal?
Yeah, I would say metal.
Is that the energy of, what's the energy of metal, I should say? What's the message here that the person is creating?
It should be joy, but
Optimism.
Gratitude, joy, spiritual.
Yeah.
Supposed to look luxurious and elegant.
Right.
Okay. How are they succeeding at that with this tree? How do you feel when you see it?
No.
Sad.
Yeah.
Christine, sad. Carol just says no.
I'm not sure I would say sad, but it doesn't look balanced. Like,
yeah,
there's no green. You can't picture any bit of the green is fully covered if there's green at all.
Yeah. It looks unbalanced and needs some strength, some fire.
Sue is just wrinkling her nose and shaking her head. Sue, what are you?
Yeah, I'm just feeling, I'm sorry, I'm just feeling sad. That's my feeling.
Cold.
Ah, yes, that's it. Cold.
It's cold.
Well, the metal, yeah.
It feels luxurious, but it feels cold because metal is cold. And yes, the tree is a fire shape. This metal actually is dominant and dominates the fire, you know, and the poor green is lost completely. So even though this is another very beautiful tree, and if that was your message that you wanted, by all means, go for it, Greg.
Once you're conscious that that's what you want.
Conscious, that's what you want. But if cold is not what you want, then you need to do something else. Okay? So the metal has a lot of good things, but if the feeling that people are getting here, cold, and Christine said sad. I don't feel sad, Christine. I just feel cold. And I see it's beautiful, right? Then choose some more decor. Now take a look at the decor, which may or may not be everybody's style, but what elements do you see there and how does it make you feel?
Which one? In the center?
The center tree.
So there's fire, there's wood, there's metal.
Always. Yes.
There's wood with the green.
Yes.
I would say there's a little bit of water too, because the white spriggles seem to be a little curvy, a little wavy.
They are indeed adding the water element, Greg. You got
That's right. Great, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's missing? What's the element you haven't called out yet?
Earth.
Have you seen any earth elements there, anybody?
No.
So what could we do to make this tree perfect?
We could probably add some acorns.
Yes, we could. If they're not live acorns, if they're dried and just brown. Or you can add something else. What else could you add? Any doodads that are made of?
Ceramic.
Yes.
Yeah. Aren't the crystals earth though?
And crystals, the earth crystals, you can add crystals that have earth energy, and you can add
That
ceramics, and they can be as beautiful as anything. They don't have to be brown, Greg. Earth doesn't have to be brown and beige. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's made of earth. If it's crystal, if it's ceramic, if it's little tiles, it's bringing the earth element in, as well as if you're bringing the browns in.
But then at a glance from a distance, you may not recognize that it is ceramic. It may look plastic.
I tell you, if you do it right, you'll feel it.
Okay.
It's in the feeling.
Yes. Now,
I take that.
and people will feel it. Every one of you felt the two trees on the left side and the right side when you looked at it. They're pretty, but they feel. You will feel, you will feel your Christmas tree this year. Now let's talk about where to put that Christmas tree. Now, people who have been with me have seen this many, many times. This is the Feng Shui Bagua. It is the little map or grid that we put on spaces to sort of assign energetic values to different parts of our home, to different parts of a room, even to your car or your boat. All right. How it works is if you put the bottom of the diagram here, the bottom edge along the front door of your home, you can therefore divide your home into 9 equal boxes and realize that the abundance corner is in the far left of your home. And the relationships for your primary love relationship is in the far right of your home. And your health and well-being and harmony is in the center of your home. That's how we do it. Now, there are different approaches to Feng Shui. This is mine, okay? If you were going to put your Christmas tree in a particular part of your home, and your Christmas tree, you know, is a very strong fire energy, where would you want to put it? Each of these boxes has a particular element that lives there. Where would you want to put your fire energy? Without going into the depth of it, that's another
Top right.
Another workshop. What's that, Christine?
Top right.
Yeah, without wanting to, because Christine knows already what element lives there. But I would suggest your Christmas tree goes in the top, across the top of part of your home. If you can, if you have a choice, many people don't have a choice. You put it along in the top center or the top right, if you can, of your home. So that might be a room that you can put it in. If you can't put it in that part of your home, then in the room where your Christmas tree is, the same bagua sits down from the front, the door of that room. Put the Christmas tree, if you could, in the far center or the far right. You could put it in the center where the yellow box is, but that is going to mean that passage of around the Christmas tree is challenging. I wouldn't do that because in Feng Shui, flow is important. You can put hold on, Christine, hold on a sec. You can put a Christmas tree in the center of a big, strong space like a shopping mall or a restaurant or something. But in your home, it would block the flow of the traffic and the chi. So I would recommend if you can fit it in the home or in the room at the far center or the far right, you would be doing some really good positioning of your Christmas tree fire element. Go ahead, Christine.
And I guess that's why when you walk into the Hyatt, the tree is dead center.
Yes, they can afford it. They have the space.
They've got the space.
It's a very dominant thing, but in a home, it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you've
got a really big home.
You have a castle or a mansion, and then it works better. And even so, you want to see the layout and see the flow. So folks, if you just want a quick and dirty way to put your Christmas tree, if you have a choice, many people don't have a choice. Those are the two segments that I would recommend. The third one would be the bottom left, but then you don't see it when you walk in. I think it's important to add to your Christmas decor by walking in and seeing the tree, whether you're walking into the home and seeing the tree, like we saw in that beautiful picture at the beginning, or whether you're walking into the Christmas tree room, the living room, and seeing the tree. Putting it behind the door is not really celebrating your tree. I want to give you that. Okay. Now, moving on, I would have to say.
Quick question, Wendy. Quick question.
The other slide?
Yes, go back to the bagua. There's some people who have several trees in their homes.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might see a tree just outside of the front door, not where it swings out, where the door swings inward. In which case, then which corner would you suggest those folks put the tree? So you're just about to step into the door. So left or right?
I would put it in neither myself, Christine.
Huh?
It's determined by their space available in their home layout, but I wouldn't put it in either. If it's
you wouldn't put it at the.
If it's a small Christmas tree and it's on a desk or a cabinet, then either side doesn't matter. But
okay, fine.
Would not put it in either myself. And one reason, if it's a big Christmas tree, not at all. If it's a small one, sure.
No.
But one reason, depending on where you, I'd put it to the left because of the element to the left. Okay, how's that? That answers you. I'd put it to the left because the element to the left is earth. But I certainly wouldn't put it to the middle because that element is water. The black one, folks, is water. And the one on the right, which is silver, is a metal element. So again, you have the fire challenging those two. All right.
Correct.
So if I had to choose, I'd put it to the left. But I would personally not put it, so close to the door. Okay. Okay. So folks, you now have enough knowledge to make some feng shui magic in your home. The secret is to decide what message or messages or all of them that you want to express for your Christmas. If it is all of them, understand how to use the elements so that you don't create conflicts and combat in your particular little arrangements. If you have a combative situation, know that there are things you can do. Create a 3-element harmony or a 5-element harmony. Oh, hey, reach out to me for a little help. Okay. And then always remember, it's your home, it's your Christmas. Express your own unique, personal, wonderful style with a little feng shui magic on it. Okay? So
thank you. This was awesome. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Before you run off.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
I'm glad. Anybody who wants more info, this is my workshop on my website. You can always take a look at it. It takes about 2 hours. It applies the elements, it explains them in more detail, and shows you, Kathy Ann, how to find out what element your core elements are, and also how to use use them in your business life, how to choose your partners for business, your partners for home, how to relate to the people that you share your home with, and how to dress for your own personal success using the elements that support you. Yeah, man. In 2 hours, not bad, eh? And for those people who are asking or looking forward to it or who've been before, I'm giving one session of New Beginnings, the Ultimate Energy Vision Board Experience in January 2026. I believe a couple of people here have been to it, have done it before. Wendy, you want to say anything about it since you've been there?
Yeah, it was life-changing.
That's what people say. Okay. And it is life-changing. If you are interested, there's a QR code. You can scan it to get more info. You can just reach out to me. It is an immersive, full-on weekend with me and my people. Christine is one of my people. She facilitates, as well as does Terry, to help me, because we give you one personal attention to help you get your dreams supercharged again. This is not a normal vision board workshop, right, Wendy? Definitely not.
Definitely not. It was.
Anybody who's interested, I'm going to launch it. I'm going to launch it tomorrow, and you'll start seeing information about it. And if you want to ask me any questions, I would welcome them. All right. So, folks, that's it. From my heart to yours, thank you for joining us. And I appreciated all the interaction, all the questions, all the great feedback. And I am going to come back to you now. And stop recording. Let me stop recording if I can figure how. Right. Or anybody want to say something nice for the recording before you go?